This is Charlie from Fightfast. We got 3 self-defense moves. Let's get right into it.
Real simple stuff. The other stuff is when you're starting in here like this. Now, take a break, not a break, but just a moment to tell you, when you're going for the throat, if you can act like you're putting your hand around the pistol grip of a gun and you're going to shoot that gun, that's the way that you want to hit that throat. So if we're in here like this, and he starts his approach, I'm going to go straight in here like this. I'm going to grab him and trach him. You're going to put your fingers and close them around the back of his windpipe. That fight's over. Okay, plus your initial setup's going to be pretty hard. Same thing, you sit in here like this when they start their approach. You shoot inside and go straight into their eyes, or you can come in here and hit the sides of their jaws, rip and tear their ears, go into the eyes with your thumbs, or up in through the nose or through the ears. All these are very effective techniques. When the guy starts, he speeds up, he's rushing, he's coming at me. When you get in here to this neck, you're good to go. You get into these eyes, you're good to go. And ain't nobody gonna hurt you anymore. Now, if he gets past that or something, I may rotate him around just a little bit, put him in that same headlock as before. If he gets his head down just a little bit lower than that and I miss him, what I want to do, remember what we said earlier, if you get their head under your chin, you're backing up, you rock your weight forward. This way, you can also absorb impact. So he hits me here, I move a little. What I want you guys to try to practice, putting pressure right on the base of the skull, right in the top, upper part of the spine. Remember that crank we did before? Use your body. It can be your chest, it can be your hip. Doesn't really matter. Wherever his head comes in, poke that area out, put that crank right in the back of his neck and take him down. And they'll pat right out. And patting out's not the objective. These are finishing holds, guys. You can really do some damage on people. So when he starts coming in, he's coming here, I'm patting him down, I get him right here. Squeeze and crank him down, okay? Good. All right. We're going to walk right through several of these moves real fast and go back to our ground fighting scenario, because almost always when you think something's right, it just doesn't work. Mr. Murphy's Law steps right in and boom, and you fall on the ground. I believe that it was Joe Louis that told me once that 88% of all street fights end up on the ground. 88% is good enough for Jim West to learn how to fight down there, even though that's the last place on earth I want to end up. So you got to know how.
Hey guys, I'm jumping in here real fast. I want to give you some free videos. Go check out the description. We got a link to our free Fight Enders video. It's totally free. In that video, you'll get trained by martial artists, Green Berets, Black Ops, a whole bunch of specialists in the military and martial artists. The video is totally free. The link's in the description. Go check it out. Back to the video.
We'll take a look at some illegal shots we call Tchaikovsky's tune, which is just another way of saying we're looking at some low blows or nutcrackers here. Whenever you're going for these low blows, a lot of people don't want to train these things. We'll talk about the technique, how these things are done, and we're not going to spend a lot of time drilling on it because, you know, even if you're cupped up, unpleasant. One of the first things you're going to keep in mind, first we're going to hit is from without having a clinch, and the second one actually we do have a clinch. If there's no clinch, we just call it the low blow. When you're inside, we're just calling this the slapper. Whenever you're throwing this, you do not want to hit with your fist because you're always assuming that this is NHB, where some groin shots are still allowed, or if you're sneaking this thing in as an illegal shot. This guy could be wearing a Muay Thai cup, and these things are made of stainless steel, so even through your glove, you know, punching steel, it's not a smart idea. So you're hitting with the inside of your wrist. It's actually like this little cuffing motion here. So from the outside, we're hitting, and he's actually a little bit of a taller fighter than yourself, actually bringing the shot as an upward scoop. See, it made you flinch, didn't it? Yeah, it made me flinch because I almost touched you there. So scoop straight up with the inside of the wrist. Same thing, just like you do in an uppercut. Usually the uppercuts, though, we don't have this much of an extension of the forearm. This is how we would throw a standard uppercut, but if a lot of a longer-legged fighter facing me, he is a bit longer in the legs than I am, there's nothing wrong with opening this thing up, catching the inside of the wrist, or perhaps rolling it around, catching it with the inner forearm. That's what we just call hitting him with the low blow. Now I'm not going to open up with this shot because it does leave my entire jaw and neckline open the entire way. We might be playing this slight from the inside, and if I think I can sneak this shot in, that's where that's going to come into play. I'm going to spend a lot of time on there, actually slap him around. I'm sure as hell not letting him slap me back with this thing right now anyway. Now, if we actually are inside the clinch and we're going to hit him with one of these little low blows, we got one called the slapper, and this is specifically made for people that you know are wearing the cup. So if we're tied up and I'm coming in with this low blow, which can be done from this inside reference point or over the top reference point. So I was talking about if I'm inside, like I was close to a body lock, I can hit him with this slapper motion, or I'm coming from the overhook position here. I can still hit him with the slapper. I'm still hitting with the inside of the hand here. the inside of the wrist. The reason we want to use the inside of the wrist more than we use the actual inner forearm ridge is by hitting with the inside, we're actually thinking about hitting deep and using the hand or the tip of the glove, which you can still use, and pulling on the back side of those cups. Now, most of these fighters out here, you wear these things are banana cups. You're able to hit and actually do this little dragging up motion. So essentially, you're giving a groin shot, pulling up, allowing this cup to snag back and keep this little trapping motion with against the balls. Not pleasant in the least. So when you're taking a shot and you're getting pinned at the same time. So you got to think about the motion of being here, slapping. You see me actually reaching through and actually standing up with this motion, which would take the cup and slap back. You have to use your imagination in this shot because he doesn't want it, and I don't feel like demonstrating it right now. So from the long range you've got, there's the low blow there, and on the inside here, actually reaching through deep, and it's not using my arm to pull up, it's me actually standing up, so I could give him this this rising shoulder shrug, and then also hitting him with the slapper at the same time.
Hey guys, make sure to like this video and let's get into the last tip. Here we go.
I'm going to show you how to break down the body on the joints, locations where you have the nerves. For example, you have right in front of your nose, on top of the lip, bare knuckles, straight punch into them. That's one of the points you can work it. Most of the time your opponent will back off with the fight. You have the side of the neck. On this point, open palm, right into them. Closed fist, with your bare knuckles into it. This fist straight into him. Let me show you that from a different angle. You have the front of the lips on top of him, straight knuckles into him. The side, right in back of the ear where the ear's at, jaw position, driving your fist into him on this position. Raising the elbow, we have the body. Under your armpit. You can punch on the shoulder, point, below. Now, you can use different kind of blows to take those joints out. Elbow, fist, into the elbow. Let me show you, break down a little bit more about the body. Your joints, these positions. Punch. Straight in, knees. Most of your opponents, if you eliminate this joint, they're not going to be able to walk or kick or move. Most of the time, they're going to drop as you punch into it. Let me show you the joint inside your thigh. Bare knuckles, punch into them. Elbow into it, knee into it. That's how you break your opponent down.
Thanks for watching our video lessons here at TRS Direct. Hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. Hit the bell icon and we'll send you a notification when there's a new lesson available. Thanks again for watching.